everyone, excuse my hair, I've changed the parting and I'm going to go and get it coloured this afternoon actually, but I've just sprayed some dry shampoo in it, which has kind of gone a bit ashy, and you know that cowlick, never quite get that sharp part. Anyway, I've given up trying to make it look perfect. I know you don't really care. Right, beautiful matte bronze makeup today. I'm going to go in with this makeup, as I said, matte in the beginning, because I don't overly like a sort of sparkly bronze look, because I think if you're sitting in the sunshine and you've got loads of sparkles, especially over your skin, not necessarily on lips and eyes, that can look sort of quite jewel-like. But when it's sort of sparkly over your skin, well, my husband was just like, oh, why have you got all that glittery stuff over your face? I'm not, it's not glittery. Well, it actually is glittery. He's like, no, I don't want to see that sort of makeup. Not that he's bossy or he's got any opinion that I value at all, please understand, but you know what I mean. Anyway, so that's that, and I'm going to try and make this base really super quick, so I'm going to use a buffing brush. Now, Kat Von D has these beautiful, buttery, good apple, they're called, foundations. Skin Perfecting Foundation Balms. These are divine, especially if you're a little bit on the oily side. You're going to love these. Come in beautiful shades right up to very, very dark. So they're going to be great for me for work and my clients. But the texture is so lovely. Let's go in first with light 21. And I'm going to use the buffing brush so that I can spread it really well, because I just can't be bothered with a liquid. I'm not in the mood. Just going to put it on my hand first. Oh, oh dear, that's too light. Gosh, that looks quite dark there, doesn't it? Okay, let's use that around the centre panel. This product gives and gives and gives. I'm going to have to use Tan 06. Gosh, maybe I am browner than I thought. Okay, well, we'll just blend that in anyway. Using the buffing brush allows a fuller coverage foundation to go smoothly over skin, especially if your skin actually can't take a heavier product. So you don't want anything that's going to make your skin look older at all. Okay, so we've blended that in the centre panel, and you'll see how the colour will look a little bit better matched in a moment. So that was light 021, so I would actually use that around my eyes, that's why it was there. Just take it off the front of my nose, and I'll go in with Tan 06 and blend it in and do it the right way. I know most of you quite like the mistakes that I make, so I'm going for this colour on my chest. Yes, much better. And what I like about these is that they're nice and yellow, so if you've got a sort of pinky complexion, it sort of neutralises that pink really well, and just helps you with that kind of more soft, sunny finish to your skin. But look how easily and quickly that goes on the skin. And what I've noticed with using this is that it's just really lasted, and I've put it on my face really sort of quickly. I'll probably need like a mid-tone shade, wouldn't I really, if I was organised enough. So that is light 21 and Tan 06, so I've made quite a big jump. Anyway, I'd get the right colour, and I could just use that over my T-zone of my face. So I'm happy with that match. Don't need to really do anything on my neck or anything, that's good. But what I will do now is with my finger very delicately go in with a lighter shade, because around my eyes, and especially sort of around my nose, I just tend to get oops, that's going to be annoying. Let's turn her off. Where is she? Okay, let's turn that off. I get uneven pigment, and it just bothers me when I'm doing a look like this. I want it all to be nice and even. So this product works beautifully as a concealer foundation and just like a sheer skin perfector. But it's the, you know, when you get this beautiful sort of balmy textures with foundations, and that's what I love about sort of, you know, looking at new products and trying new products out. Look at that coverage, it's so good. But then you just blend it in, it stays in place, and does a nice job on the skin, and it's what I call flexible. You know, I've talked about that a lot with my foundations, is that it sort of moves with your skin. Now I'm just trying to softly blend that over my nose. I don't want to be too much, and just make sure that I don't have too much over my lip area there. Good, happy with that. And what I love about this is that it just doesn't need any powder. Obviously, if your skin is oily, you will need to just blot a little bit, but I just love the kind of nice finish to it, because I'm not going to use any highlighters or anything. I just want my skin to look as good as it can with as little effort as possible. Now I'm going to show you my favourite packaging of all time at the moment. Of all time at the moment, it's a nice contradiction, isn't it? Here we are. Look at these beautiful, pillowy Christian Dior bronzers. If you want to treat yourself to a bronzer, I don't know if I've talked about this before, this is just such a lovely, lovely bronzer. And it's beautifully matte, and it comes in about 8 shades. They are super sheer, so you don't need to worry about it. But I have been really enjoying how this looks on my skin. So I'm going to take a brush, a sizable brush. Let's take the 101 from K.i.s.s.I.n.g, and I'm going to really, really work the powder brush into the Dior compact, and then again into my hand, so that when I put it on my forehead, unlike the foundation that I put straight on, look, you can see it's so gentle. So I know I can be courageous with this and go straight from the tin, from the pan, onto my face. You see, it's just very, very delicate, and this is shade 04 Tan Bronze. I always start with the hairline. You want to make sure that matches really well, and then sort of go in and subtly build up over the cheek, over the bridge of the nose, underneath the cheek, and then swirl it round. So you kind of want to get a lot of placement in that area, and then you want to swirl it round. See how delicate that is, but sort of still how bronzed and beautiful it looks. Really, really soft and delicate. That's what new products do. They allow you to get the colour and tone on your face, but delivered in such a soft, milled, gentle, flattering way. Not in a sort of heavy, bricky, orangey red way. I'll have to remove that off my mole when I finish, but I'll just keep building really, really slowly. And I just really love the softness of this look. It kind of reminds me of those sort of old Vogue pictures of Kate Moss, where she had, you know, lots of just sort of like dusty, matte, bronzed makeup. I quite like that. It's quite refreshing, isn't it, when everything's sort of quite sparkly and soft. So I had done my brows. Let me just clean that off a little bit. I had done my brows before I came on with the Anastasia Brow Wiz. So I'm just going to brush those up because the bronzing brush has removed them. Now, if you're a skincare lover like me, you sometimes find, or I definitely find, that the tails of my brow can dissolve slightly during the day because it kind of dilutes with the oil from my skincare. But the Brow Wiz, when you first put it on, and if you ever come across this, it's a beautiful day here in London, by the way, so I hope it's not too bright, is that it's quite firm. When you put it on, you've really got to push the product in. And when I first tried it, I thought, oh no, I don't quite like that I have to press so firmly. But because it takes a while to get onto your brows, you got it, it lasts longer. This shade that I'm using is Taupe. Really, really good shade. Anastasia is now available in K.i.s.s.I.n.g, which makes life a lot easier if you're an Anastasia fan. Right, there are a couple new creamy eyeshadows from Beauty Pie. Wouldn't it be great to do this great blue? But I don't fancy it today because I'm actually going to have my hair done, like I said, so I don't want to put the blue on now. If it was the weekend and I was in a little t-shirt and I was running around town, I probably would, but to look at myself in the mirror with bright blue on isn't going to make me happy. So I'm going to go in with the 2 other shades. I think these come as a set in a box. Wondercolour Cream Eyeshadow Stick from Beauty Pie. that I'm holding a Laura Mercier one, so that's not going to work, is it? Here we go. So here are the two colours. There's one really beautiful sort of coppery colour. That could work really nicely. Or this sort of muted colour. Okay, so the muted rose, that's really quite rosy, isn't it? That's going to be really flattering against my green eye. But do you know what? I fancy sort of just doing a little bit of a copper because everything else is going to be sort of soft. That's a really safe shade. That is called Rose and Thyme. That's a real classic kind of everyday wear. But I'm going to go in with this shade, which is Marmalaze. Marmalaze. Okay, so I'm going to take it right across the lid. Ooh, look at that. Oh, I chose well. I chose well. Fresh, really fresh. Work it right into my eyes. Create that nice shape. And then take a very soft blending brush. So I don't want to remove the strength of this shade. Ooh, lovely. That's nice. And works well with actually with what I'm wearing as well. And if I had, well, when I have my blonder centre parted hair, it should all tie in quite nicely. See, the thing is about, and I do enjoy putting powder eyeshadows on and watching how the eye shape changes, etc. And how you can really make, this is my sleepy eye, watching how the eyeshadow, you know, changes the shape of your eye. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there, but when you work with cream eyeshadows like this, I mean, so good, right? That's a new colour. If you're sort of bored with the shadows that you're using at the moment and you haven't got that kind of woohoo effect when you put your makeup on, because remember, it's just all about sort of, you know, embellishment, isn't it? And adding new colours and people saying, "Ooh, I like that on your eye." It can simply be just because it's a new colour. And, you know, you might sort of see that and think, oh, no, that's a bit too strong. But actually when it's on and you've got makeup that kind of corresponds with it beautifully, which hopefully will work at the end, she says, after putting on the wrong colour foundation, then it all works together, doesn't it? You wouldn't want to put this eye with a berry lip. Do you know what I mean? You wouldn't want to add any pink to this because that would totally change the tone of it. I'm probably going to use Lisa Eldridge's Spirited Away or something like that. Yep, absolutely loving that, Marmalaze. Oof, lovely. I'll stop fiddling around now. Tick, tick. Now, Max Factor. I've got a new mascara out. It's called Divine Lashes. Now, this mascara is a mascara if you really struggle. When you put mascara on, you always get clumps. This is a twisted brush, twisted fibre brush, and it allows the mascara to go on really evenly through the lashes. So let's just put one coat on, lifting it through. So there you are, really evenly applied. Now you know that I sort of really like quite a punchy mascara just because I like a lot of lash and I don't like to faff around too much. This is beautiful if you have very long lashes that get weighed down by mascara. If, like you said, you always have issues with mascara clogging, and that might be because your lashes are either too fine and they can't hold on to the mascara and the bristles are too far apart, so it just deposits too much mascara on your lashes, or your lashes are just too thick. So when you put the wand through your lashes, it just takes and grabs too much mascara, and you end up just in a sort of hot mess. So this mascara, as you can see, really, really fine and delicate in application. The beauty of this is that it builds really, really well. And the third point I love about this mascara is that the lashes are really soft to touch. So you won't get those thick sort of spidery lashes that I do love to apply to myself. So this would be perfect if I was doing a red carpet with some individual lashes, where I wanted to create a look that was really sort of natural, you know, like the person just didn't have a professional makeup artist by her side, just had literally got a very delicate amount of mascara on. And lots of people don't like to have lots of thick mascara on, but this works really, really well. It's a beautiful, rich formula, and it goes on like a dream. So that's Divine Lashes out now. Okay, let's just sit that there. You can now go on up to like 6 coats with this mascara. I was thinking, right, let's just see how far I can go with this before it starts getting really cloggy. But because the fibre brushes are so dense, you just get these kind of nice delicate lashes across the way, across your eyes. Okay, so I'm going to use, yeah, I was going to use Spirited Away. So let me use my favourite Lavera lip liner first and just pull out my lips. Now for the new subscribers, thank you very much. We're slowly building on Svi Beauty. Spread the word, please. I describe putting lip liner on as imagining your lips with hips. So rather than just going over your lip line, this area here is where you need to pull out your lip. Now I don't often put lip liner on, just depends how I feel. Sometimes I just can't be bothered. Sometimes what I'm wearing is just enough. But because this is a nice soft, nudie, warm brown, I just want to add a little bit of shape to my lip. And then I always just blend that together. So rather than overlining your lips, just pull it out either side here very subtly, just to kind of give that sort of hip shape, and it just kind of creates a kind of like sort of softer, more appealing mouth shape. So I haven't actually posted the Lisa Eldridge film yet, so I'm curious to see what you would have thought. So I've got no feedback to show you right now, because when I know I'm working I've got to do the films in advance, but I wonder which lipstick you like the most. Anyway, for my bronze look, I'm going in with Spirited Away. Now, interestingly, that's coming up sort of much more pink. That's not going to work with my look. Sorry, Lisa, we're going to have to wait for Spirited Away next time. Interesting. Okay, isn't it funny how colour adapts to different lights and different looks that you do? I'm probably going to go in with, off the top of my head, Charlotte Tilbury Bitch Perfect. What do you think about that? It's a bit like, you know, when you go and buy paint, isn't it? And you're looking at the paint chart, and then you bring the paint chart home and then you put it in the room that you want to paint. And it looks a bit greener, looks a bit grayer. So yeah, that's not the look I'm trying to achieve today. So let me get my Charlotte Tilbury palette out. Just reapply that lip liner, then we'll see what you think. One moment. Okay, so here we are. Here are all my nudes. And here is, where is it? Bitch Perfect. No. See, that's even too pink because I'm so bronze. I'm gonna have to go with Hepburn Honey, I think. Let's try Hepburn Honey. This is the kind of look that I want. Yep. Bitch Perfect would have been much too pink. Love, love, love. That's why it's nice to have. I should maybe just finish my lip before I start chatting away to you. I'm just going to add this on. It's actually a blending brush by Beauty Pie. Shape and smudging eyeshadow brush. It's got 2 ends, but I really enjoyed applying lipstick with it because I apply it with the fat bit and then just really perfect the outer corner and lip line with a flutter brush. There's no rules, are there? It's just what works for you. Really lovely. So yeah, so if you have got a palette, you can pick them up quite cheaply. Take all the lipsticks, unless you feel particularly fond about some of the, which I totally understand, the casings of the lipsticks, some of them are just so beautiful. I couldn't do that to some of my lipsticks. But if you don't feel too precious about them, put them all in a palette and do exactly what I did, you know, hold them up to your face with the makeup that you've done already, and see which colours work. You might find that you end up applying a lipstick or an eyeshadow maybe that you haven't tried in ages, and that's the fun of makeup, right? Well, that was interesting. Didn't quite go where we were meant to be going, but I feel definitely quite bronzed and very much looking forward to being a little bit blonder. Anyway, I hope you like the kind of soft matte bronzed makeup, and as always, I really enjoy reading all your comments, and thanks so very much for being so supportive. Much love, bye for now.